Speaking of diplomacy, Israeli Foreign Minister Yair Lapid finishing up his landmark visit to Morocco and the three-day trip on the heels of the Abraham Accords yielding tangible achievements, including 3 signed framework agreements in culture and sports, air travel, and foreign relations. Jerusalem and Rabat expressing intent to upgrade to full diplomatic relations within 2 months. Joining me with more, though, live from Rabat, Morocco, economic consultant and educator Amine Ayoub. Amine, thanks so much for being with us again. Now, big progress for the Abraham Accords, and a lot of it is economic. Talk to us a little bit about some of the details that Lapid and Foreign Minister Burita discussed.
The agreements were about mostly about aviation, tourism, youth, sports, and culture. The agreements took place last Wednesday when Mr. Lapid was here. And not much details were actually given about all those agreements. But Mr. Burita actually talked about 10 upcoming agreements within the next few months.
All right, so now we know that Foreign Minister Lapid stated, quote, "We are creating a sort of circle of life against the terrorist circle of death of Iran. We're not only offering an alternative idea, but also an economy, places of work for youth, entry into fields of tech innovation, and a feeling of belonging to the future instead of the past." How much of this is resonating with the Moroccan people as well as with other Arab nations?
So as you probably know, Morocco cut its diplomatic relations with Iran back in May 2018 because it had proof that Iran was financing the terrorist organization of the Polisario, which is also financed by Algeria. And Polisario is actually against the sovereignty of Morocco over the Moroccan Sahara. So we've been having issues with Iran for a long time also in the terrorism front.
So as you said, the Morocco first cut ties with Israel as well after the Second Intifada in the early 2000s, and reportedly only went through with the Abraham Accords with Israel because the Biden administration had agreed to uphold the Trump administration's recognition of the Western Sahara under Moroccan sovereignty. So with that in mind, then, again, how do average Moroccan citizens feel about this new coming together with Israel?
Well, listen, Morocco did not actually cut its relations. We can talk about diplomatic relations,
sure,
but it had secret relations with the State of Israel for a long time, even though they cut their diplomatic relations. But for the average Moroccan citizen, as you know, the state of Palestine is something that, Morocco have been, this is what I've been discussing in my articles since 2014. We've been educated about propaganda about Palestine and to hate Israel and all those things. But people are not, this is one of the things that Mr. Lapid talked about, is educating the youth and the upcoming generations in Morocco.
So do you see a bright future with these ties, or do you see maybe a shaky or a rocky start before they really take off?
I don't actually see a rocky start. I just think that there's need to be a speedy start, because I think things are a little bit slow, and I think that Israeli organizations, Moroccan organizations need to get together and educate the people about the importance of these relationships.
All right, Amine Ayoub, I love the way that ended just now. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.